This is how you do the baby vermin Easter egg on Shattered Vale, which is the one that people were hunting for days. Unfortunately, all you seem to get as a reward is crystals spawning all over the map that you can get loot from, which is totally not worth it. And this seems to just be more of a gag Easter egg, a reference to Jason Blundell's famous, infamous fog rolling in meme.
Dynamic weather, from rain, fog rolling in, snow falling.
So this is going to be quite a lengthy process. The first thing you want to do is you want to head over to the service tunnel, and you need to make a way through where the gameplay is showing in the background, and there'll be a baby vermin just at the bottom of the ground here underneath this vent or whatever it is, and you can press square X or F to pick it up. You then need to head to the mainframe chamber SAM AI room, and you can come over to this medical tray and you can place the baby vermin onto it. After which, the next step you need to be very careful with, because if you are not precise enough and get it wrong, the vermin will die and you will fail this step. You now need to shoot a very specific order of bottles around the tray. I guess these are different chemicals that probably transform it. You need to do it in this precise order, otherwise it'll die. So you first have to do this very far right one at the bottom here in the corner. Then to the left of it, there's loads of blue bottles inside a holder tray, and you want to shoot that whole big batch of bottles. And then you need to shoot the big bottle to the left of the one that you first shot in the corner. Once done correctly, the vermin will now be misting yellow, and you can go ahead and interact with it to collect it again, after which you need to go back inside Colton Hall and come over to the west hallways, and there are 3 locations for microwaves here, which you can see the locations for in the gameplay in the background, and you can place the vermin in any single one of them. It doesn't matter which, so don't worry about that. After you place it in the microwave, you just need to leave it for it to finish cooking, and the color will transition from yellow to red, so just keep a watch for it until it turns red. Once it does so, you can go back up to it to collect it. After which, you are now going to need a Wunderwaffe DG2, so if you don't have one, you can do the side Easter egg during the main quest that I have a link to a video in the description on how to do, or you can get it lucky from the mystery box, or using Wunderbar, whatever the case may be. You now need to head back down to the mainframe chamber, and if you head into this tunnel, you will find that there's a big patch of red blood here on the ground, and you can interact with the blood to place the red vermin down onto the patch. Then you want to look above the red blood, and there is a fan up here, and you need to shoot it specifically with the Wunderwaffe. This will cause it to begin sucking up the red parasite up into it, so you'll see it fly up, and then it will cause the fan to start misting red smoke. The blood, the essence of it, and this has now infected the entirety of Colton Hall's ventilation system, because if you now come outside, you can see that there is red smoke coming from all of the chimneys, which is quite a cool sight. Now you need to get a chopper gunner kill streak, either lucky through the mystery box or buy one from a crafting table, and you now need to enter the chopper gunner, and you need to shoot every single one of these red chimneys, which shoots off flares or fireworks into the sky. So just keep shooting them, taking them all out, and if you are successful and manage to shoot all of the chimneys open and lit off all of the flares, you'll get an indication noise that you are done with this. After which, when you spawn back on the map, fog will begin rolling in, encapsulating the entirety of the map, and purple dark ether crystals will spawn all over the map too that you can get loot from by breaking open. And the dialogue you get whilst doing this references Jason Blundell's infamous quote directly.
That's the one. This fog rolled in so quickly. I fear we may have been lost to some kind of Appalachian devil's triangle. It wasn't a little fog to throw me off the very gas game I had been making.
And if you didn't know about the fog rolling in quote, it derived from transit. Obviously, people hated the fog and they hated venturing into the fog and getting attacked by denizens. And then Blundell brought up the quote offhandedly in the Origins trailer. And I think this is referencing the denizens because the vermin babies look very similar to the denizens. So they're probably related to the Dark Ether evolutionary process. Obviously, the denizens were human-made, but nevertheless, it's all the same, really. Tampering with the ether. And this only lasts for about a minute or so on the map, and then the fog disappears, and you can destroy all of the crystals whilst you're doing this. It doesn't seem to do anything special. You don't even get that crazy loot from it since it's mostly just salvage and armor. So this is a really, really long, tedious Easter egg just for it to be a gimmick that doesn't actually serve any purposeful reward. So right now I'm hoping, and most of the community is hoping, that there is more to this Easter egg potentially. Maybe there's something you need to do during the fog or with the crystals in order to get some better loot from said crystals. levels. It's very, very strange for Trek to put all of this effort and coding into this for it to not really give you anything worthwhile. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any leads for other side Easter eggs, let me know as well. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you with plenty more content soon.